Imagine for a moment that the universe has already chosen you. Imagine that life is secretly working in your favor, even in moments when you feel uncertain or unseen. Acting as if you are the luckiest person alive is not about pretending or faking. It's about aligning your energy with the frequency of miracles, abundance, and joy. When you carry the vibration of someone who is already blessed, life begins to respond in ways that will surprise you. Today, you will learn how to embody that energy. Not someday, but right now. When you want to create anything in your life, the first step is to step into the energy of already having it. This is not about waiting, hoping, or wishing. It is about becoming the version of yourself who already lives in that reality. When you think of the thing you want, whether it is love, success, money, health, or peace, imagine what it would feel like if it was already yours. Feel the relief that comes when there is nothing left to chase. Feel the calmness that replaces the restlessness of waiting. This is where true manifestation begins. Most people believe they need to see results before they can feel good, but the secret is to reverse that. You feel good first, and the results come after. Take a moment now and think of one thing you desire. Close your eyes and imagine that it has already been delivered to you. How do you carry yourself when you are no longer searching? How do you speak to others when you already know life is on your side? When you step into that vibration, you send out a signal to the universe. I am ready. I am already aligned. The energy you put out is the energy that is matched. When you act from lack, you create more lack. When you act from abundance, you create more abundance. This is why it is so important to become aware of the small ways you communicate lack every day. Complaining about what you don't have, worrying about when it will come, or comparing yourself to others keeps you in the frequency of waiting. Instead, start each morning with a declaration that what you want is already on its way or already here in unseen form. Walk through your day as if the solution has already arrived. Smile even when the evidence is not yet visible, because the act of smiling shifts your energy. The universe does not respond to your impatience, it responds to your vibration. Think of a seed planted in the soil. You do not dig it up every day to see if it has grown. You trust that the roots are forming. The life is unfolding beneath the surface. You water it, you give it light, you give it time. Manifestation is the same. When you step into the energy of already having it, you are watering your desire with faith. You are saying, I trust this process. I know what I asked for is coming to me or something even better. That trust is magnetic. There is a version of you who already lives with the thing you desire. Picture that version. How do they wake up? What choices do they make? How do they carry themselves in a room full of people? Begin to borrow their mindset, their habits, their energy. If your dream is wealth, stop saying, I am broke, and start speaking as someone who handles money wisely. If your dream is love, stop saying, I am alone, and begin to treat yourself with the love you expect from another. This is not pretending. This is creating alignment. You may wonder, but what if I don't feel lucky right now? What if my life doesn't look like that at all? That is exactly why this practice is powerful, because you do not wait for the outer to change before you change the inner. The outer always follows the inner. Even the smallest shift in how you feel about your life can begin to open doors you never imagined. Start with gratitude for what is already here. Gratitude is the easiest way to step into the energy of having, because it tells the universe, I see the gifts, and I am ready for more. Every time you catch yourself doubting, gently guide your thoughts back to the feeling of already having it. Say to yourself, I am on my way. The pieces are falling into place. I don't need to force it. I just need to align with it. and then go about your day with that quiet confidence. Opportunities will begin to notice you. People will begin to treat you differently. Life will start to flow instead of resist. Acting as if you already have is not a game, it is a state of being. It is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. Releasing the old identity of struggle is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward manifesting a new reality. Many people unknowingly carry an identity built on hardship, on the belief that life is supposed to be difficult, that nothing comes easily, and that they must constantly fight for every good thing. This identity becomes like a heavy coat they wear every day, even when the weather has changed. It becomes part of how they see themselves, and as long as they hold on to it, the universe mirrors it back through experiences that match that energy. To manifest anything new, you must first let go of the old story that has kept you bound. The identity of struggle often begins with old experiences, moments of disappointment, loss, or rejection that taught you that life does not give easily. Perhaps you were told growing up that you have to work twice as hard as others, or that opportunities are only for the lucky few, or that suffering builds character. While these beliefs may have been passed down with the intention of making you strong, they also planted seeds of resistance. They created a subconscious agreement that your worth is tied to how much pain you can endure. But manifestation is not about proving how much you can struggle. It is about aligning with ease, flow, and grace. When you identify as someone who must struggle, you often make choices from fear. You overwork because you are afraid of losing what you have. You hold on to relationships that drain you because you believe love always comes with sacrifice. You hesitate to take bold steps because you think success must be earned through suffering. This identity becomes a silent barrier between you and the life you desire. The first step in releasing it is awareness. Start noticing the sentences you say to yourself and others. Nothing ever comes easy for me. I have to fight for every opportunity. Good things never last. These words are not harmless. They are declarations of identity. To release this old identity, you must create space for a new one. Begin by forgiving yourself for all the times you believed you had to suffer to succeed. Forgive the past moments where you felt life was unfair. Forgiveness is not about saying the struggle was good. It is about freeing yourself from its grip. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads, one path leading back to the familiar cycle of hardship, and the other leading to a road where opportunities flow, support appears, and your efforts are met with grace. Choose the new road by saying to yourself, I am no longer available for unnecessary struggle. I choose a life of ease and flow. This does not mean you will never work hard again. Effort and growth are part of the journey. But struggle is different from effort. Effort is moving with intention. Struggle is moving with resistance. When you release the identity of struggle, you allow yourself to work with the universe instead of against it. You start to notice doors opening where you once saw only walls. People who align with ease attract solutions faster because they believe they deserve them. One powerful practice to let go of the old identity is to rewrite your story. Take a notebook and write down all the moments you felt life was hard or unfair, and then write beside them the lessons they taught you. This transforms pain into wisdom rather than identity. Then write a new declaration. I am open to receiving good things easily. I release the belief that life must be hard. I am worthy of a life that flows. Read this daily, not as a wish, but as a decision. You may also need to change how you respond to opportunities. People with a struggle identity often sabotage ease because it feels unfamiliar. They may reject help, doubt sudden opportunities, or question why something came too easily. Learn to say yes to support. Learn to welcome shortcuts that feel aligned. Learn to accept that not every blessing has to come with a battle. As you release the old identity, your energy shifts. You stop approaching life like a battlefield and start approaching it like fertile ground. You plant seeds of hope instead of seeds of fear. You begin to attract people and situations that match your lighter vibration. And slowly, the universe reflects back your new truth. Life does not have to be a constant fight. The moment you decide you are no longer defined by struggle, you step into a timeline where ease becomes natural. Speaking the language of luck is about understanding that your words are not simply sounds you release into the air. They are vibrations that shape your reality. Every sentence you speak, every phrase you repeat carries a frequency. That frequency tells the universe what you are available for, what you are open to, and what you expect. People who seem lucky often speak in a way that aligns with opportunity. They say things like, "Good things always find me," or "Life supports me in surprising ways." They do not spend their days talking about how nothing works out or how the world is against them, because they know that language builds a bridge between thought and manifestation. To begin speaking the language of luck, you must first notice the words you are using now. Are they rooted in doubt or expectation? Do you find yourself saying, "I never catch a break," or "Nothing ever changes for me"? Each time you speak in this way, you reinforce a vibration of lack. The universe, neutral and responsive, simply mirrors that back by delivering more reasons for you to feel unlucky. Changing this pattern starts with intention. Decide that from this moment on, your words will become seeds of abundance, not weeds of limitation. Start with small phrases that open the door to good fortune. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," say, "I am finding new ways to make that possible." Instead of saying, "I'm always late," say, "I'm learning to be perfectly on time." These subtle shifts may seem small, but they carry a different energy, one that makes room for solutions rather than closing them off. The language of luck is not about lying to yourself. It is about choosing words that leave space for miracles to enter. It is also important to speak as though what you desire is already moving toward you. When you talk about your dreams, avoid saying, "If it happens," and start saying, "When it happens." That one word, "when," sends a clear signal that you are certain it is coming. Certainty attracts, doubt repels. The lucky ones do not wait until the evidence appears to speak positively. They speak positively, and the evidence follows. Another aspect of speaking the language of luck is how you talk about yourself. Luck is often tied to self-worth. If you constantly say, "I'm not good enough," "I'm so unlucky in love," or "People always overlook me," you write a script for the universe to follow. Begin to replace these statements with ones that empower you. "I am worthy of great opportunities. Love flows to me easily. The right people notice me at the right time." Say them often. Not only when you feel good, but especially when you feel doubt creeping in. That is when your words matter the most. Your environment also plays a role. Surround yourself with conversations and content that uplift you rather than drag you back into negativity. Notice how others speak about luck, money, love, and success. If you spend your time with people who constantly talk about how bad things always happen to them, their language can seep into your vibration. Protect your words by protecting your environment. Sometimes, speaking the language of luck means being willing to be the only one in the room who chooses hope over despair. Affirmations are a direct way to practice this new language. Create a list of simple, powerful phrases and speak them daily. Luck is my natural state. Opportunities find me with ease. Everything I touch turns into something valuable. Speak them out loud, write them down, whisper them to yourself before you sleep. Over time, your subconscious mind begins to accept them as truth, and your reality shifts to match. There will be moments when your current circumstances seem to contradict the lucky language you are choosing. Do not let that discourage you. This is where many people stop. They let what they see override what they want to create. But your words are not about describing your present. They are about designing your future. When you speak as though you are lucky, even in a moment that feels empty or challenging, you are laying the foundation for the turn in the story. Speaking the language of luck is a daily practice. It is not about being perfect. It is about being intentional. Every time you catch yourself saying something that does not align with the life you want, pause and gently reframe it. Over time, this becomes natural. Your conversations change, your thoughts change, and the opportunities around you begin to change as well. People will say, "You're so lucky," and you will smile, knowing that you spoke this luck into existence. Surrounding yourself with symbols of abundance is a powerful way to communicate with your subconscious mind and the universe. What you keep around you shapes what you believe is possible. Your environment is not neutral. It constantly sends signals reinforcing either scarcity or prosperity. If your space feels cluttered, dull, or uninspiring, it tells your mind that there is no room for something new to arrive. But when you fill your surroundings with symbols of wealth, growth, love, and success, you create a vibration that matches the life you want to manifest. Think about how you feel when you walk into a space that is beautiful, orderly, and filled with light. Your energy lifts, your thoughts become clearer, and you feel more open to possibilities. Now think about how you feel in a space that is chaotic, dark, or neglected. The difference is not just aesthetic, it is energetic. Manifestation thrives in an environment that supports it. This does not mean you need luxury or expensive things. Symbols of abundance can be simple, meaningful, and personal. A fresh plant that represents growth, a vision board that holds your dreams, a wallet that is clean and organized. These small details speak loudly to your inner world. Start by looking at the objects you interact with every day. What message do they send? If your wallet is torn and empty, it silently communicates lack. Replace it or tidy it up as a gesture of respect to your finances. If your wardrobe is filled with clothes you no longer feel good in, clear the space. Abundance begins with releasing what no longer serves you. Create room for what you want to receive. Space is a silent invitation. Symbols of abundance can also be sensory. The scent of fresh flowers, the glow of warm light, the sound of uplifting music, all these elements tell your mind that you live in a world of beauty and care. When your environment reflects richness, your thoughts begin to do the same. You naturally start to expect more, and expectation is a key part of manifestation. Another way to surround yourself with abundance is to display reminders of your goals and dreams. Vision boards are a classic example, but they only work when they are placed where you will see them often and when they evoke real emotion. Choose images, words, or colors that stir something within you. Joy, excitement, peace. This is not just decoration. It is a tool to remind your subconscious mind where you are heading. Each glance at those symbols strengthens the belief that what you want is already on its way. Nature is one of the most effortless ways to invite abundance. A plant that grows in your home or workspace is a living reminder of the universal flow. You water it and it responds. It grows without strain, without panic, simply because it is in the right environment. Let that teach you how manifestation works. Place objects of natural beauty, stones, flowers, wood, or water elements around you to bring that sense of organic growth into your space. Even the colors you choose can influence how abundant you feel. Gold, green, and deep earth tones often evoke prosperity, but what matters most is how the color makes you feel. Surround yourself with tones that make you feel rich in spirit, grounded and open to receiving. Remember, abundance is not only about money. It is about love, health, opportunities, and joy. So, your symbols may reflect many areas of life: a photo of people who uplift you, a journal that holds your dreams, a book that reminds you of your worth. These objects become anchors of your desired reality. Each time you see them, you are reminded you are creating a life where good things belong to you. There is also a deeper reason why this practice works. Your subconscious mind responds powerfully to images and symbols than to words alone. You can repeat affirmations all day, but if your environment contradicts them, your mind receives a mixed signal. Imagine saying, "I live in abundance," while your space reflects neglect or chaos. The energy does not match. But when your surroundings align with your words, your message becomes clear and the universe responds with clarity. This process does not require overnight transformation. Start small. One drawer cleared, one corner refreshed, one new object that makes you feel abundant. Over time, each shift creates a cumulative effect. The more your environment begins to reflect who you want to become, the more naturally you step into that role. You stop chasing abundance and start living in a space where it feels normal to receive. Feeling the joy before it arrives is one of the most magnetic steps in manifestation. It may sound simple, yet it is where many people stop themselves because they are waiting for proof before they allow themselves to feel good. They believe that joy is a reward that comes only after something happens, not realizing that joy is the very energy that draws the desired thing closer. When you learn to feel the emotion of already having what you want, you collapse the distance between the dream and its arrival. The universe does not respond to desperation, it responds to vibration, and joy is one of the highest vibrations you can carry. Start by asking yourself what you think your desire will give you emotionally. If you want more money, is it because you believe it will bring freedom, safety, or adventure? If you want love, is it because you crave connection, acceptance, or tenderness? If you want success, is it because you want to feel proud, valuable, or seen? These emotional states are not locked inside the outcome. They exist within you now, waiting to be activated. The secret is to start feeling them even before the manifestation shows up. When you do, you create a match between your inner world and the outer reality you want to create. This practice is not about pretending or forcing yourself to be happy when you are not. It is about finding moments of genuine joy in the present moment and amplifying them. It could be as simple as sitting in the sun, hearing a song you love, or remembering a moment when you felt cared for. Allow those feelings to expand within you. Say to yourself, "This is what it feels like to be in the energy of having." The more often you touch that feeling, the more natural it becomes, and soon your desire no longer feels far away. It feels familiar, as though it is already part of your life. Many people unknowingly delay their manifestations because they attach their joy to conditions. They say, "I will feel happy when I get that job," or "I will feel peaceful when I find love." This sends a message to the universe that you are not yet complete, that your happiness is always somewhere out there. But when you choose to feel joy first, you send a different message. I am already full. I am already open. I am already aligned. From that state, life begins to meet you halfway. Visualization is one of the easiest ways to activate this feeling. Close your eyes and imagine the moment your desire arrives. Imagine the phone call, the handshake, the letter, the embrace. Feel the excitement in your chest, the relief in your shoulders, the smile that spreads across your face. Hold that scene not as a fantasy, but as a rehearsal for reality. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between real and vividly imagined emotion. And the more you practice, the more your mind starts to accept it as truth. Another way to feel joy before it arrives is through gratitude. Gratitude is a bridge between what is and what is coming. When you appreciate what you already have, you open the door for more to flow in. Instead of focusing on what is missing, focus on what is present, even if it feels small. Gratitude does not shrink your desire. It magnifies your receiving power because it shifts your attention to abundance rather than lack. You may notice resistance arise when you try to feel joy before the evidence appears. The mind may say, "But what if it never happens?" Or "You are just getting your hopes up." This is where you must gently remind yourself that joy is not a gamble, it is a choice. Feeling good now does not mean you are ignoring reality. It means you are creating a new one. It means you are no longer letting the absence, what you want, decide how you feel. Practicing joy does not mean you have to be in a constant state of excitement. It can also mean calmness, peace, or quiet trust. Joy is not always loud. Sometimes it is a soft inner knowing that things are unfolding exactly as they should. This state of contentment is just as magnetic as celebration because it communicates to the universe that you are already satisfied and open to more. Over time, as you make this a habit, you will notice a shift. The waiting no longer feels heavy. The desire no longer feels far away. You become someone who lives in the vibration of your manifestation before it arrives. And that is the key. Life always mirrors the energy you hold most often. When your dominant state is joy, the universe begins to deliver more reasons to feel that way. The joy you felt first becomes the reality you experience later. Detaching and trusting the timing is one of the most freeing and yet most challenging parts of manifestation. It is natural to want to know when and how your desire will arrive. The mind craves certainty. It wants a timeline, and it wants to control every step of the process. But manifestation is not about control, it is about co-creation. You are working with a universal intelligence that sees the bigger picture, one that knows what is aligned, what is not, and when the right door should open. Detachment does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. It means you release the tight grip that says, "It must happen this way at this time through this person." Instead, you create space for something better to arrive, something you may not even have imagined yet. When you hold on too tightly, you send out a vibration of lack. You are essentially saying, "I don't believe this is coming, so I need to control it." That energy pushes your desire further away because it is rooted in fear. Trust, on the other hand, is expansive. Trust says, "I have done my part, and now I allow the universe to do its part." Think of a gardener planting a seed. They water it, nurture it, and then they let the soil do its work. They do not dig it up every day to check if it has sprouted. They trust that growth is happening, even if they cannot see it. Manifestation works the same way. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions are the planting. Detachment is the letting go that allows the roots to form. One of the easiest ways to practice detachment is to redirect your focus. When you find yourself obsessing over when your desire will show up, gently shift your attention to something else that nourishes you. Work on your health. Enjoy your friendships, explore new skills, or dive into creativity. This does not mean abandoning your goal. It means refusing to make it your only source of joy. Life becomes richer when you are not constantly staring at the clock of your desire. Ironically, it is often when you stop looking that the manifestation arrives, because your energy is lighter, open, and receptive. Another part of trusting the timing is accepting delays as redirections rather than punishments. Sometimes what you want is on its way, but there are pieces being arranged behind the scenes. The universe might be preparing you, strengthening your mindset, or removing something from your path that would have harmed your blessing. Every delay carries wisdom. Instead of asking, "Why hasn't it happened yet?" ask, "What is this moment teaching me? What am I becoming in this waiting?" This shifts your energy from frustration to faith. It is also important to release attachment to the form in which your manifestation comes. Many times, people miss their blessings because they are too fixed on one outcome. They want love, but only from one person. They want wealth, but only from one job. They want opportunity, but only in one city. Detachment means staying open to being surprised. It means trusting that the universe knows the best route, even if it looks different from what you imagined. When you let go of the how, you allow the what to unfold more beautifully. To strengthen your trust, develop a daily practice that reminds you of your connection to something greater. This could be meditation, journaling, or simply sitting quietly and affirming, "I release control. I trust the timing of my life. What is meant for me will never miss me." These moments of surrender calm your nervous system, soften your resistance, and bring you back to the truth that you are always being guided. Detachment also protects your energy. Obsession and impatience drain your life force. They make you chase rather than attract. When you detach, you conserve that energy for things that matter now. Your growth, your peace, your present joy. That is not giving up, that is standing in your power. You are saying, "I know my desire is coming, and I do not need to sacrifice my well-being while I wait." Over time, as you practice this, you will notice that manifestations tend to arrive more effortlessly. You will see patterns of synchronicity, chance meetings, unexpected calls, and opportunities that appear at the perfect time. And when they do, you will realize why the waiting was necessary. It shaped you into the person who could receive and sustain that blessing. Detachment is the art of trusting the unseen. It is the decision to believe that your life is unfolding perfectly, even when the evidence is not yet visible.